And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the pre-show. Here we go.
Air traffic control, bring in New York. Roger that. Bring in Canada. 10-4. Gentlemen, we have liftoff.
Bam! We are back again for number 10. Cave Crew Radio, Season 10. Let's go. CaveCrewRadio.com.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the pre-show. In about 9 minutes, you will probably not hear much from Big B and I. Do you agree, Big B? Big B?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yes, no. I think maybe we're going to ask one or two questions and then be silent the rest of the show.
Right. But our guests will be very happy because I am not going to mispronounce the word.
I got $5 that says you mispronounce it in the first time
At
you
some
say
point,
it.
I probably will. At some point, I got like 5 beers here, which we were talking about drinking, ladies and gentlemen. And I did another show on Monday, and me and liquor don't go well. So beer tonight.
And to hop on that point, I just poured myself a full glass of the Curveball barbecue whiskey. Not when you have whiskey in a glass, it's a little bit. I poured the entire glass.
Oh, it's going to be a great night.
I don't know. You probably can't see it, can you?
Not yet. We'll see it after, but I need to keep composure and press buttons. At least for the first 20 minutes.
After that, who knows?
Who knows? But it's beer, so I should be fine. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, as we said, big guest coming up. We'll announce it very shortly. It's there on your screen. But we do a couple of segments, and we want to get one in very early. So grab your pens, and that includes you, Ray. Grab your pen. We will give you the top 5 Twitter handles at the end of this. This segment is by our dear friend, Mike Jolitz, and it is called Twitter Shits.
Now, it's time for another edition of Twitter Shits with Mike Jolitz.
Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Jolitz Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads the fucking shit. All right. All right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Twitter Shits. Alrighty, guys, this is where I take a news story and I tell you what Twitter had to say about it. On today's episode, Twitter is going to tell us what they thought about Bud Light apparently being cheaper than water now. All right, let's do this. Pat's Pale Moon tweeted, "I will still choose water even if it's free." At Huge Schwantz tweeted, "I'd still rather have water." At Rusty Trombone tweeted, "I'm not stupid. If you're giving it away, I'll take it. Otherwise, you can keep that crap." At Doggy Diddler tweeted, "I just saw it. Buy one, get one." At Welsh Fan tweeted, "Awesome sauce." At Gig for Bean tweeted, Water is stronger." At Mouse Was Here tweeted out, "Works well in the radiator as well." At Kim's Loose Hole tweeted, "Can't give it away." At Amanda's Fart Jar tweeted, "I'd rather be dehydrated than have a Bud Light." At Shut the Front Door tweeted, "Bud Light? Water? What's the difference?" At Luke Sissyfake tweeted, "Water's more masculine than Bud Light." At Ken Is Wrong tweeted out, "Sissy Suds." Wow. At Coco Crisp tweeted, "Breaking news. Camp Lejeune bottled water is now outsaddling Bud Light." At Pullin' My Pud tweeted, "They better pull some sort of Willy Wonka golden ticket crap to get me to buy that stuff." At Alan Today tweeted, "I'd rather drink canal water." At Deet tweeted, "No thank you." And yet another completely wrong tweet. At Robbie Two Dongs tweeted, "I wouldn't drink a Bud Light even if it was given to me." Anheuser-Busch, the queer of beer. Fuck though. These are not my tweets, folks. Alrighty, guys, that does it for this the Twitter shit. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I will be back soon with yet another episode of what Twitter had to say about this or that. Later, bye-bye.
Mike Joe, it's Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Joe, it's Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads it. Mike Joe, it's Twitter shit. You write the tweets and he reads the fucking shit. All right. All right.
Before we get into the top 5, I'm wondering if Mike is going to have a thread section now that I'm not on Threads yet, but Facebook, Instagram is creating their own Twitter. Hello?
I wasn't aware that they were creating their own Twitter.
Yeah, we'll cover that next week. Maybe Mike will go live. Honorable mention before we get into the top 5. Rusty Trombone.
Right.
I think he's been in the top 5 before. Number 5, Shut the Front Door.
Always good.
Yeah. Number 4 of my favorite Twitter handles, DDD. Just liked it.
There you go.
Number 3, Doggy Diddler.
Doggy Diddler.
Yeah. This was a really hard one for me, but I got to go. Number 2, Amanda's Fart Jar.
I didn't get the jar part. He said it too fast. I heard Amanda's fart and then something. I couldn't get it.
Yeah, farting in a jar. Maybe selling them on OnlyFans. My number 1.
And the number 1 Twitter handle is
Got the pen ready?
I do.
Pat's Pale Moon.
Pat's Pale Moon.
I don't know why these catch me, but they do.
See, I wrote down 2 that I liked.
Okay.
First, Ken is wrong.
Oh, good one. Hey, wait a minute. You're number 1.
and the number 1 Twitter handle is
Huge Schwanz.
That was a good one, too. Huge Schwanz. One of my favorite segments, ladies and gentlemen, Twitter shits.
It's always fun to see what the people are talking about out there. And yes, I agree with almost all of them that Bud Light is basically water anyway. So why are you bothering to drink it regardless?
I never liked it before the scandal happened, right?
Right. It's just water. It's piss water is what it is.
And they make it with rice instead of grain, if you didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Budweiser, like when you're a kid and, you're underage and you're still drinking, we would get 40s of Budweiser and all of it. And, you didn't know any better back then. Of course, now we have more.
You're basically sopping beer out of a horse trough.
Right.
Yeah.
Now that I have a more sophisticated alcohol palate, I've gone far beyond Budweiser and Bud Light and all that crap.
Now that you have a job, right?
Well, that too.
Oh, didn't mean to do that.
Look at that.
I didn't mean to do either of those.
What are you doing? You sure you haven't drank anything?
I have not. I am in. Hang on a minute. There we go. Hang on. I'm hitting buttons.
Oh, there I am.
Hitting buttons randomly.
I have no idea what you're doing.
All right, hang on. Okay. Yeah, I know, Ray. You're losing your mind. We're going to go live right now. I can't wait. So, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, I'm DK. Well, I might as well turn on the radio first and let people know. I am DK from Windsor, Ontario, and this is...
I'm King B from Queens, New York.
Right, and this is probably the last you will hear from us.
Right.
Here we go. You ready?
Yep.
The show is about to start.
We have 3, 2, 1.
So enjoy your endless summer here on Cave Crew Radio, and we'll keep this party going till we're buried as deep in snow.
Play your guitar, man. Come on.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of being men.
I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of the Masculine Feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gotta go to a place like a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Craven, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball. It's a power play goal.
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Big B, I'm giving you exactly 20 seconds because once I unmute this, it's about to get out of control. I just want to say, welcome to CCR Endless Summer. If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 4th year in a row our guest has been on. And through the pandemic, through all this stuff, 4 years in a row. That's amazing. Anything to say? Because I'm going to introduce him and I'm going to hit the unmute button.
I'm very excited. As I've said before, probably my favorite guest that we have on every single year. Always funny, always hilarious. And I get a night off from talking because he steals the show.
Maybe 1 or 2 questions, if we're lucky.
If we're lucky.
And I'm going to get things right this year, ladies and gentlemen. Here is our guest on Endless Summer Beach Party for the 4th time in a row, Raymond the Amish Comic. Take her away.
Am I coming through?
You are.
All right, so here's what's going on. I love you peckerheads, but nobody told me that you had to unmute my mic. So I've been dicking around here trying to unmute my mic while you have been comparing how my beer's bigger than your beer, you peckerheads.
Can I explain something before you place me in a bucket of goo?
All right.
The only guest we ever mute is you.
I would mute me too. I actually would mute me, and the timing is perfect on muting me, and I'll tell you for why. Because I'm not gonna shut up probably until possibly Tuesday afternoon. so I'm at the point where I don't really give a shit if people are listening or not anymore. It's always nice to see you. I must keep my underground escape route to Canada ties solid. Things are looking a little shaky here, and we're all trying to figure out how we're going to get to Canada. So that's why I've been doing the show, in anticipation of having to make a big fucking escape Then I got
to do an annex, an Amish annex through the Underground Railroad.
to just get out of here. But I am really doing good finally, and I just can't believe this wave of good fun shit happening to me. I auditioned. What did I do? Oh, I know what I did. I had COVID over Valentine's Day. Mrs. Comic and I had COVID.
Mhm.
So that was a sexy date. Now there's a point to this story. See, we are cat sitters, right? So my nephew and his beautiful wife went to Ireland, told some Ireland stories. So then we got to go and take care of their feral cats. I don't know if I ever told you a story about Gus, the black cat that I scared the fuck out of.
Yes.
Completely traumatized. Okay, so I texted my nephew in Ireland, Mrs. Comic and I have COVID. We don't want to kill your cats. And he said, mask it up, bitch. It's you guys. That's going to be it. So now the cat that's afraid of me saw this. The black cat saw this. Hang on. Pretty fucking great.
We got props.
All right. So now the black cat that will not come out of the sofa because it's afraid I'm going to kill it.
Uh-huh.
With this on, came right up to me and it ate right out of my fucking hand. I think it thought I was a giant black cat.
Right.
So I texted this picture of this to my nephew, and he said he trusts you now because you're muzzled and you can't possibly eat him. so that's what's going on. Cats are all kind of fun shit there. Wait, my ear thing popped out. But I had some really cool shit happening to me. Anytime there's an Amish audition, my Facebook fan page lights up. Everybody I don't even have to find them. They just find me. So I auditioned for a Amish farmer set in Lancaster. That's the only time they cast anything Amish. It's mostly when there's a crime show and they got to fucking run through Lancaster. Then they need dumbasses like me to just stand and go. So, and it was a speaking role, right? And so I auditioned for a speaking role of an Amish farmer at his farm stand, and I didn't get it.
Oh.
And I got a little pissed off. I took background work, but I called them out and said, how comes I never get cast for anything Amish? And they said, well, you're with this face, you're too happy to be Amish. It doesn't fucking work right away. So it just doesn't fucking work. It doesn't fucking work. There's no Amish. They go.
But you've escaped. You escaped that thing you do at the teenager age.
Well, yeah, but what they when they want to cast Amish, they want this.
They want the soul-crushing look.
That's what they want, the soul-crushing look. So now I'm not allowed to tell you that I'm in this TV show, but I have a featured Amish farmer extra because I'm OCD. I do not mind running a scene 300 fucking times with a pitchfork. Let's go another 300. I didn't give a fuck. So they did the two lead males are like fucking drug dealers, kind of, sort of, but they're small-time crooks, and they're having a confrontation on the farm scene, and they don't tell them, but I will be running around behind them while they're arguing with the Amish guy whose role I did not get. Fucking Amos, fuck you in a bucket of juice.
He just said Amos, by the way.
Amos, not
Amos, like famous
like
Amos
a name,
cookies.
a fucking name. Just get over that. You're not off the hook yet. So it's a cool thing to have the two drug guys. There's this black guy and a white guy fighting with Amos, who had my part, and they were trying to get out of there smoothly. And they turn around, and there's this face holding a fucking pitchfork at eye level.
I love it.
I'm scared the fuck out of them because I wasn't there. I wasn't there when the scene started. And that's a mean thing. They were ready for me the second time, but the first time around, you could just see them going, what the fuck? The Children of the Corn is real. I don't fucking do anything. Dude, I told you we shouldn't fucking come back here. This Amish place is haunted. So I'm very excited for that. And I don't know if you've done any film work or anything. when I went to audition, these are the clothing that I have, right? So they thought that I assumed that I was getting the part, and I already went to wardrobe. I'm like, no, this is my fucking clothing. I'm not going to give my fucking clothing and turn it into wardrobe.
Right.
This is my fucking clothing, and your Amish clothing sucks batshit balls. If you think I'm giving you these fucking things, no fucking way. And then I got to wear my own shoes, which is a huge fucking deal. If you have to run a scene 300 times and you're running through the field, you want your own fucking Choco boots. You want comfort. So I got to have all that. But I did have Hollywood dirt put on my boots and I fucking left that on. So what I realized too is this: if you're the dirt guy and in the movie, and you put the dirt on me and on the boots, you could be the best fucking dirt guy in the history of fucking dirt guys. And if the movie sucks batshit balls, nobody's going to see your award-winning dirt. The pressure of me to deliver a great performance to this poor fucker who put on badass dirt, fucking badass dirt. You've seen it when they fall in the movie and they have big spots of dirt, and nobody gets fucking dirty like that. This dirt guy, he fucking nailed it. And if we fuck up the movie, nobody's going to know that he nailed the dirt scene, which made me realize, because I am all stuck up and full of myself, I don't let anybody speak. Probably anybody in show business is like that. Like, that guy will go and watch the same thing. You want to know what it is, but I can't tell you the name yet. And he'd be like, at the pickup bar, hey, see that dirt on them boots? It looks pretty good, don't it? I put that fucking dirt on. See, that's a pickup line if you're the dirt guy. So I'm very excited about the thing that I'm not allowed to tell you that's possibly going to come out early next year, but I will fucking interrupt one of these live streams to make that announcement. And I believe that my face was so scary with the pitchfork, and the early scenes, the actors were at the top of their game. They will have to blur my face out. So if you see a confrontation, a black guy and a white guy and a guy named Amos, and behind them is like a blurry thing, that's me scaring the fuck out of them to a level what they couldn't even show it, and then you had to fucking blur me. I'm hoping for scary, blurry guy with pitchfork credit in the fucking credits. So
now, is this two very quick questions? One's a comment. Can you please write down a black guy, a white guy, and Amos? Anyway, the other question is, maybe now you can play the adult version of Isaac in the new Children of the Corn.
Well, that's an interesting thought. The Children of the Corn are real, and you fucked up one of my other stories. So I'm going to tell you now.
Go ahead.
I might as well do the story now. So right now, I have a strange background because I am at my grandson's house, Hank, and Hank is a cat, and Hank, the cat grandson, might come running through here sometime. I don't know. But when families go on vacations, I don't know if you peckerheads do the big family vacations. When everybody goes, if you don't go, you are tasked with watching everybody's fucking pet. It's a big fucking pain in the ass. As soon as you add a second house, your whole fucking week is ruined. You get a house from house to house, and this one has to piss and shit 9 o'clock in the morning, and then you get to the next house and rent a fucking house for your pets, for crying out loud. So I'm allergic to everything, but I have one dog that I'm in charge of, Daisy. And I don't like dogs, and everybody gets all fucking pissy. And I'll tell you why I don't like dogs. Because, first of all, they're fucking needy. Or they want to kill everyone. They're slutty whores, and they don't give a fuck if Aqualung's on the sofa with them. Or they just want to rip the fuck out of everyone's throat, unless it's their owner, and the owners think it's cute. Oh, he does that for everyone, don't worry. Yeah, so do wolves until they're done ripping the fucking flesh off you. So, but the problem with dogs is they go from 20-pound puppy to 90-pound linebacker in like 6 fucking weeks, and they still think they are a puppy. And that's what Daisy is. A Daisy come fucking running at Walking Man, who looks like some sort of beast. Just ask Gus the cat, and wants to be taken for a walk, piss and shit and all that. I'm getting home from a show. I had 9 bottles of water. I will use indoor plumbing, and I'm standing there making a wee-wee, which, as you know, when you start pissing, you can't stop. It's got to run its course. Yep. Daisy will be waving the leash at the doorway, and everything I tell you really happened. I don't even have to write fucking comedy anymore. I just report shit. So I am pissing, and Daisy's going to attack me. And I know if Daisy, the linebacker, runs over and tackles me, I'm going to piss all over my brother-in-law's bathroom, and he will not believe that his dog fucking tackled me. He think I was up there slamming fucking sauerkraut slammers and shooting up fucking heroin in the bathroom. He won't believe it. So I am begging the dog not to fucking charge me, and it didn't. But then I warned it. I said, I will take you for a walk, but know this. When you shit, the walk is over. It's fucking done. It's just finished. There's people who walk their dogs and they have the double bag thing and it shits and you just fucking double bag ninja it. I don't even want to learn how to do that. I don't want to fucking learn how to do it. Well, that's a waste of fucking skill. They're all fucking proud and they walk like nothing's fucking wrong. I warned a fucking dog. I warned it. When you shit, the walk is over. It's 10 o'clock at night. The neighborhood doesn't fucking know me. It shits in the lawn. I fucking warned it. This is not a 2-second double ninja bag thing. This is going to take 9 fucking minutes. I have to take the leash and wrap it around my leg and stomp a boot down on it. And if the dog chases a squirrel, it'll fucking drag me into traffic. I have the shit bags here. I am now looking for shit in a strange yard with my iPhone. Here, I'll show you how this looks. It's pretty frightening. So I got this going on. Well, I can't do it now. There it is. So I'm looking for shit like this on one knee with a dog leash around. I'm not making any of this fucking shit up. And then the neighbor looked out, rightly so, to see this. I get a little pissed off because I'm trying to find the shit. I'm in a state of panic. I'm like, yes, children of the corner are real. Don't fuck with me. Just get back in there. And he did. He went back in. And I felt bad because I realized how badly I had scared him. But then it took me 9 minutes to get the shit bag. And now I got to get home because there's only one thought in my head. I am walking with a bag of shit. And I wish I had a fucking 9-foot arm with a bamboo pole to hang this fucking shit off of. I can't believe people just fucking walk like nothing's wrong. I'm thinking, what if I forget? Because I get confused and I'm OCD and I'm thinking a lot of shit and I scratch my eye and the fucking bag shit. What if I've got a fucking text message? Oh, so my stories don't really have a point or an end to them, but you see the children of the corn thing and that fucked me up pretty good. So what are you gonna do?
Now I have a question.
All right, question.
We're 20 minutes into the show and I get to ask my first question.
All right.
I want to go back to the thing you filmed. I know you can't tell us what it is. Is it going to be a TV show or is it a movie?
It's going to be a TV show, probably that one of those like mini series, like eight or 9 parts.
Oh, got it.
It could have been like a movie and a half. They actually didn't even tell us what the name of the thing was, but you just fucking Google it and you find out. You could, if you Google what was filming in Lancaster lately, you'd probably be able to figure it out. So I'm actually really excited about that, and I think because I did now scare 2 drug dealers with a pitchfork, I think I want to pursue this horror film career fucking idea. In fact, I know I don't like to mention my book because you always bust my balls. Like, you think you can just fucking write a book during pandemic? I have never worked so hard in my life to rebuild my fucking career. And I am telling you, the universe has been kind to me. Cool fucking shit is happening to me, but it's all kinds of different shit. Like that, the standing like a dumbass Amish farmer for a day was kind of cool. I thought I was going to get $150, but and then I thought I got like $900 because I had my own real beard bonus. I was wrong about that. They needed certain amount of SAG union extras, and they didn't have them. So they just, fuck it, we'll just pay that dumbass, and then we'll just wahoo. So that was kind of cool. If I could get paid $900 a day to stand and go,
yeah, but you got your own IMBD now.
That's a great gig. I mean, I will. I should have a credit in there. I should actually have a credit. So, like I say, I will interrupt when we're allowed to say anything. Believe me, I'll find. I have people that are hackers. They'll just fucking take over your stream. You won't even know what fucking hit you. What the hell's going on? Raymond's making a special announcement. So that's exciting shit for me. I've started writing. I love to read horror. If you read horror, Grady Hendrix is fast, fun horror. He wrote something called "We Sold Our Souls," and I read it. And it seemed like it was based on my radio friends, Bearman and Keith from WZZO, radio station I've been with like my whole fucking career. And I private messaged him on Goodreads and I said, this story smacks of WZZO in the Lehigh Valley. And he answered me back and he goes, good call, Amish. That's what it was. He knew the area was about to, and they changed the names up a teeny tiny little bit so they wouldn't get a lawsuit. And I've met him a couple of times. He does like book signings at drive-ins and all that shit. And because I am such a dumbass, when I first met him, I asked him why I wasn't in that fucking book. I mean, what the fuck? He's doing a thing about the morning radio show, and he knew who I was. He knew who I was.
Right.
And I it's a slight possibility I was represented as Ramos. It was Keith and Ramos in the morning. I'm not going to ask him because as long as I don't ask him, it's me, right?
Right. Exactly.
So he gave me some. I got a lot of different writing projects going on, and he told me I could write a whole bunch of different things. And I'm a dumbass. I thought I could just write this thing, and then I have to finish it. But I can write 19 different projects. So now I'm going to be writing my book, writing comedy. I'm writing a story about two hippies who got into fun trouble, and one of them's me. But that's another story for another show. And I'm also writing an Amish ghost story because this guy, Grady Hendrix is doing. It's a how to sell a haunted house, and it's fucking brilliant. It's so brilliant. He just 15, 20 minutes. It's hilarious. It's fast. It's funny. So he put it in my head so that I could write different things. So I was thinking it would really suck to be an Amish ghost because mostly what do ghosts do? They fuck with electric.
Right.
We got no electric. So there's a frustration of the ghost right there. So and we all look the fucking same. He might not even know if he's in the same house that he belongs to be in. And he can't dick with plumbing because there's no fucking plumbing. There always a sink, shit's flying out of this, all this shit. So this Amish ghost is going to be really fucking frustrated. That's what he's going to do. And then they always do things with bad smells. Amish farm already has that. That fucks that up. Smoldering flies. Amish farm already has that. That fucks that up. This is going to be one frustrated motherfucking Amish ghost. And so I had just started that. And his backstory is going to be he had city hippie friends from Rumspringa, and then he went back to them. He went back to them as a ghost to ask how to fucking scare these people. And he said, well, you can't fucking scare city people. They're unscarable. There's no, I mean, if you try to go haunt like a city person and they think there's a ghost in the house, they'll do a fucking selfie and the hashtag it.
Right.
So you won't be able to scare actual people that aren't Amish. And they have no solution for how I could scare Amish people. So far as I have the story, only thing I could do is I could make the farm animals say shit at the wrong time of the day and hope for the best. Make the fucking chickens go off at 3:00 in the morning. And they go, what the fuck? That's about the best I can do so far. So that
or you could raise an Amish army.
That seems a little more complicated than I want to do. I got this. I'm rocking this lazy ass dynamic here. If you don't,
right, this is going to be the most bored ghost ever because all he could do is open and close a door and move a chair or two.
You have it exactly. What is the fucking fun? He can't blow out candles because that would happen anyway. So that kind of, if you think about it, kind of explains Children of the Corn, why they went fucking nuts and just started killing tourists. So I don't want it to end that way, but we're still writing this thing. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I have cheater notes here because I am old and I forget shit. Let's see here. Because I am working on stories from my eventual book. I'm going to be meeting with a wife of a dear friend who passed away a couple years ago. Win the Barber is the guy. Sweeney Todd Barber, he was a fan of mine. He cut people's hair and threatened them if they didn't hire me for the Christmas party because it was all executives. When Sweeney Todd has a blade on your throat, he said, hey, you should really think about hiring my Amish comedian friend for your Christmas party. They fucking booked the deal, right? They actually booked the deal. So I've got stories from that, and we ran around and had all kinds of fun shit together. He had a friend, Higgins, Peckerhead. They'll never watch this thing. So when I first met them, I'm going back in the early 90s now. I'm just starting a headline. My wife stays home and she doesn't know the trials and tribulations of a headlining rock star Amish comedian. She, Carol, who I love, fantastic gal, took red lipstick and slimed it on my white shirt. And I'm like, thanks a fucking lot. Now I have two choices. I can go home with lipstick on my fucking shirt, then there's no story that will account for that. None. Everything sounds like a lie. I can't just say Carol fucking slimed me, and I can't just go home without a shirt because that looks way fucking worse, right? So and I didn't do this, but the story unfolds. I just went home and I said, yes, I was with a whore. Deal with it. It's part of celebrity fucking stuff. Then she laughed because that's too fucking stupid. So that's the kind of shit that's going to be in my book when I ever get it written. Now, this guy again, I'll tell you a couple of Win the Barber stories here because it's absolutely amazing stuff. I'm going back to my first December of headlining. I lost all my work. I'm having a 2-year-old daughter. We don't give a fuck, my wife and I. We can be poor, but when you have a little kid, you want there to be Christmas. So Sweeney Todded me a couple $1,000 for the parties, and he got me a party in the Poconos at Peck's Pond, and it's the middle of the day, in the middle of summer, and he's going to drive me up there, and this nice, sweet old man in a silver Lincoln. I have an open beer in the car because it was fucking 1991. You could do that shit. And I'm cursing up a fucking storm. We're in the Poconos. It's one lane, and it's backed up. Something bad happened. And I'm sitting there and I'm fucking cursing up a storm. That motherfucking traffic. Now I won't get to the fucking pig roast, and I won't get my $300. And the motherfuckers. And there was this cop on a motorcycle that wasn't running, just sitting right there looking at me. And he stuck his head in with the open beer, and he said, "Is everything okay in there?" No, everything's not okay. I'm hired to do a fucking pig roast for $300. I'm due there in fucking 9 minutes, and we can't fucking go. And we got a police escort up the side of the fucking road to the pig roast. Now, the pig roast was so far in the woods that we couldn't just drive to it, so we had to meet at a sneaky location. This is the fun of Win the Barber. He was a prankster by every stretch of the imagination. So he concocted this because we got there like a minute before the lady, and she was waiting for us. She was fucking pissed off, but he concocted this on the way. So when we got there, she was in a panic, the little stone parking lot, the general store. He comes running around the door and opens the door for me, and the plan is for me to fall out with my beer and lay in the stones. And then I did it. And then she goes, "What the hell's wrong with him?" And he goes, "Oh, he's drunk." And he just grabbed my hat and he put it on. He goes, "I know his show. Don't worry. I know his show." And the lady fucking bought the whole thing. And then so finally we let her off the hook. And I'm performing. I said, do you know I curse up a storm? She says, "Yes, it's all grown up and we're drinking all kinds of shit." So I'm banging off sheep. It's "fuck you" in a bucket of goo. Then about 15 minutes into my show, it all got fucking quiet. They stared at me like they just saw death. And I'm there, wait a minute. I'm fucking off sheep. I'm "fuck you" in a bucket of goo. I'm doing a buggy style. Please tell me what I said to piss you all off. And they said, "It's not you. There's a bear behind you. There's a fucking bear behind me. A fucking bear behind me." And they don't tell me. They just get quiet. They just get quiet to see if the bear was going to fucking eat me. And I was like, okay, it's intermission. Fuck me in a bucket of goo. Like I said, this goes to the heart of my stories don't really have a point or an end to them. But
it's all right. They're all good stories.
But I have all kinds. I cheat. I'm going with notebooks here. I'm having so much fun.
Wait a minute. Go off the notebook for a second.
All right.
So you were with us during the pandemic, and I know it was really tough for you. You did all the live streams, and that's how you got so prophetic to join us here today. What was it like getting back to live shows? What was your first live show like?
I talk about in my show now that at the top of the pandemic, I knew we were fucked. And I have the greatest wife in the world because I came home from my last show in like March of 2020. And I'm like, we're fucked. We're doomed. It's bad. I know. It's not going to be over in fucking 2 weeks. We have to stream live from our living room because people need us and we need them. I'm Mrs. Comic, so supports. She goes, "Do you think we can make any money off it?" No, but they fucking need us, right? They fucking need us.
Welcome to the club.
So, and that's fun stories also too, because she can hang out. She has fans now. She monitors the chat, but when we first did it, she had to be in a different room because this is fucking weird. You know, it's weird talking to fucking nobody, right? So, and when you do comedy, you say a thing, and then they laugh, and then you breathe.
Mhm.
When you're streaming live, you know me, this is what I fucking do. There's
Yep.
nobody laughing. I don't hear any fucking laughing. I just go to the next thing and on and on and on and on and on and on. But shit would go wrong in the stream. And on my phone, everything would look fine. And Mrs. Comic would come in and she'd be on a delay and she'd say, "The chat says that you are sideways." Well, I look fine to me. Tell the chat to turn their fucking phones for crying out loud. I can't just turn the whole fucking thing. I look fine to me. I just look fine. All right, how about that? Then she'd come back again and she'd say, the chat says you're frozen. And I would look fine to me and she'd show me the phone. I'd be going, shut all that fucking shit down and start over. All this fucking shit was going on. And then I really enjoyed streaming. I really felt like we could help people, and I needed it for myself. So I tried to create the illusion that we were having fun, and people were doing all these comedy Zoom shows, and they were all fucking complaining. And I'm like, that's real entertainment, to complain that the fucking audience isn't there. Who gives a fuck if it's one guy in a shack in fucking Alabama?
Right.
Just fucking do your fucking show. Don't complain that there's no fucking audience. So I tried to set it up like it was stand-up comedy. I have about 20 of these hats over the years, and I set them up as a background, the red curtain and all my hats. I'm Mrs. Comic, who's the opposite of me, strolled into a live stream to tell me the chat says that when you move your head a certain way, it connects with the other hats, and you have Mickey Mouse ears. And we were on a delay. And so she showed me, I'll be fuck me in a bucket of goo. There it is, Mickey Mouse here. So I ripped the fucking hats down. Mrs. Comic came down 10 minutes later and said, the chat misses the Mickey Mouse. So then we put that back, right? Then we put that back. And then I was trying to get involved with the virtual backgrounds of people who Zoom, because I'm Zooming with friends and he's sitting in the bat cave. And I'm like, that's fucking badass. What is that? So I got a virtual background. And what nobody told me was that they're designed for boring insurance people, the virtual backgrounds. And as soon as you start turning into me, the virtual background kind of eats you. So I'm standing in front of the fucking Golden Gate Bridge and they're Amish Comic in front of the Golden Gate Bridge. This is badass. Where'd he fucking go? The whole thing ate me. It just ate me. And I was just fucking gone. I just fucking disappeared. And then the following week, they said, oh, look, last week, Golden Gate Bridge and a disappearing trick. Now you got this beautiful night of sky and the stars and the moon. What template is that? That is not a template. That is my fucking shower curtain, and I got to wrap this show
the shower
20
curtain.
Minutes.
That's what you had on here was the shower curtain.
And the neighbors will see your knockers, and I got to wrap this fucking thing up in 20 minutes. So the thing that happened was when I went back on a live performance, laughter actually fucked me up. So I'd have a show timed out for 45 minutes. The laughter fucked me up because you get used to those little cartoon bubbles going up the thing. So the laughter kind of fucked me up a little bit. But it's the sound of a live audience is just fucking incredible. I have never enjoyed performing so much in my life as I do now. And I love writing and performing. I'm all in on this thing. I just want to go. I'm seriously considering becoming a vampire so I can get like another 300 years out of this deal. I am just fucking loving life and having a ball.
Do you still do live stream? Like I haven't seen you promote any live stream stuff recently. I know you're doing a bunch of live shows.
I do live streams on the fly. I'm trying to do like one a week through my Patreon. I don't promote it too much because I usually lose a Patreon if I promote it too much. So I'm trying to build the thing up, but if I promote it too much, and fuck me, I'm down to whatever. So I do them as I can do them, and I do them on the fly a little bit. The Patreons know when I'm going to do them. Sometimes I open them up to the public, but for the most part, and that's, man, you can get me on Patreon for $3 a month, right? And you can get, I think you get 2 months free. I wouldn't fucking do it, subscription services. But that stuff really got me through the pandemic. And it's a little bit of money. You guys know what that's about. A little bit of money means we can have a fucking pizza this week where we couldn't. So I'm really enjoying performing again. I'm doing a lot of, I have a kind of a straight deal. It's a fundraising deal. It's pretty much a 50-50 door split, but I'm not booking all the shit shows in the bars that I used to do. Fire hall fundraisers, small theaters. If I smell a rat, I'm fucking bail on the show. A pecker. I don't like middlemen. I was trying to do a theater in Delaware, and this guy was hooking it up, and he fucking lowballed me. I'm like, something doesn't seem right here. So then I gave him 2 dates. He said, okay, we'll send this and we'll pitch it. What do you mean we'll fucking pitch it? I thought you were fucking booking it. You didn't give me that price so you could fucking whore me to fucking, what the fuck's wrong with you? But so I fucking yanked the plug on that. And that's, I can't believe people got away with that shit. It's basically like an agent, a booking agency takes 25% to send the email to the people. That's all they fucking do. They're not making phone calls anymore. It's email. So I'm going to pay 25% to a dickhead to email him my shit, and then he forwards it to the other people. Earth to Meekus, I can email that fucking theater myself without you and your fucking 25%. So I don't play any of that shit anymore. It's interesting. I've been doing this over 30 years, and people still find ways to trick me and cheat me. And my newest thing I have to complain about is a free online listing through Gig Salad. Here's the problem. People who are looking to book you, they don't fucking understand that that's not who represents me. It's just a free listing. So people that have booked me for 10 fucking years found me on Gig Salad and tried to book me through Gig Salad, and I have to undo that. You're not allowed to say anything because like, oh, you're trying to book this on your own. I already fucking booked it on my own. I said, fucking know them. I'm telling them, why the fuck would you go through Gig Salad when you can fucking email me direct? Was there some need to pay some strangers fucking 25%? So I have to fucking undo all that shit, and that happened way more times than I care to mention. So that's all part of the new post-pandemic unbooking work to a third-party booking agency because I already fucking booked it myself.
See, I was going to ask if you're looking at or have looked at agents, because you're talking about the thing you filmed earlier in the year, writing your book and getting gigs above the local bars and stuff like that. Usually agents will kind of help that along. I'm assuming with that story, you're not doing the agent thing.
Well, good agents would do that. Right. People who are just trying to sell comedy. The red flag is always when it's just comedy night and they're not really proud of who the comedians are. 3 comedians from New York. Somehow that's impressive. But I like to quickly point out to people, I don't know how famous they could be, even though they're from New York. If they're going to go to fucking Altoona, Pennsylvania for $200, I don't know how fucking famous of a comedian you can have for $200 who would drive from New York to fucking Altoona. A friend of mine from New York opened for me at a fire hall as a favor, and he showed up like this in November. And I said, dude, why don't you have a fucking jacket on? He said, I'm not cold, I'm afraid. I'm from New York. I never drove in total darkness before. He was driving where there's fucking animals running around. And he said there was animals. I thought there was animals running around. I said, oh, you must have come in past the trailer park. And he said, I missed a fucking trailer park. Then I had to go back and take pictures of the trailer park and send them to my friend. Yeah, it's been a challenge. It's been a challenge. And in a lot of ways, the pandemic made me a better comedian. I had to figure out how to do something else. The streaming people really look forward to it. It's just a thing. And them fuckers, I love them, but they try to egg me on to keep the thing going. And it'll ask trick questions at the end of the thing, and it fucking lights me up, and then I figure it out. I'm like, you motherfucker, you said bourbon balls. Now you knew that would fucking launch me off into a whole nother thing. But I just kind of love how everything for me is very connected and feeling really good. I'm actually trying to put this out into the world wherever I can. There's too much fucking people are too stressed. They're too tense. There's not enough.
Yeah,
I'm not on any kind of religious mission or anything. I'm just like, man, if you could just fucking make something happy and fun instead of all pissy and nasty all the time. There's enough fucking complaining to go around. That I still have people, and I enjoy this from a sadistic perspective. I start my current show right now, my live show, with if you haven't seen my show before and you're offended by language like fuck you in a bucket of goo, don't blame me because you didn't fucking Google me. That I curse is not a fucking secret. Like, I don't pretend that you're going to find God or it's a religious experience. If you Google me, you'll get the F-bomb choir. You'll get all kinds of fuck you in a bucket of goo. Don't blame me if you didn't do your fucking homework. So people look at me and they put on my fan page and go, I was really looking forward to your show all week long, an Amish comedian. Oh boy, won't this would be fun. And the language, I didn't last 3 seconds. Well, get the fuck out of here. You don't have to tell people that I'm cursing up a storm here. They think I'm going to be like an Amish version of Larry the Cable Guy. So, boy, are they fucking surprised. And, I must be old school. We've all selected bad entertainment, right? And you go, fuck it, I was going to watch this, and you click on it, and you start to watch it, and you go, well, that sucks, bad shit balls, I'm not going to watch it. These people want me to change my entire fucking show to make them happy. Right. You could do a show without cursing. Well, fuck you, I could, but I don't want to. How about that? So they imagine the balls it takes to see anything and complain to that artist how I really enjoyed Aqualung, but I would be happier if you performed with less flutes. I don't like the flutes. I mean, what the fuck? That's what it's like. There's people, right. You've made a choice. It sucks batshit balls. Pick something else. And especially if it's fucking free. If people see my live stream when it's open free, they planned a whole fucking night. Well, Google me, because I'm not a secret, and also maybe consider spending some money on your fucking entertainment instead of putting the pressure on me to rewrite my whole fucking career because you're unhappy because I said fuck you in a bucket of goo. If you can't hear me say fuck you in a bucket of goo, you probably shouldn't be driving because you're that squeamish. If you're on a tense situation and I run up to you and go fuck you in a bucket of goo, and you go off a fucking cliff, that's not my fault. You shouldn't be driving.
Mike Jolitz is talking about an Amish. I slipped. Amish drive-by.
I don't do the Amish drive-by shooting joke anymore out of respect for all the fucking horrible shit's going on in this country. What goes bang, clip, clop, plop, bang, clip, clop, plop, Amish drive-by shooting. And thank you for bringing out the very worst in me this evening. I appreciate that very much. And I'm trying to shed this past of horror and bullshit. And that's why I use a fucking notebook. You know what it says in here? It says, don't do the Amish drive-by shooting joke because it's in fucking poor taste now.
Right.
But you
leave it to Mike Jolitz, so it's a
peckerheads will pull it out. This is why, though, and I don't have my proper prop here. This is why I am a big fan of medical marijuana. I have my medical marijuana card, and people think they're hard to get. I'll tell you how I got mine. I made the Zoom appointment, and they asked me, why do you think you should have medical marijuana card? And I reached into my pocket, and I pulled out a keychain, which was a Blockbuster video membership card. I said, this is why, because they've been gone for 25 fucking years, but I can't give this up. I can't fucking give this thing up because what if they open? I'd lose like 9,000 fucking free movies. Stamped, fucking approved. That's it. That's it. Fucking stamped and approved. And it's so, the medical marijuana is so fine-toothed, you can get exactly what you need from it. And again, during pandemic, friends were gifting us subscriptions to Hulu. I had lived a commercial-free life. 20 fucking years. I had no idea how horrible the commercials were on fucking Hulu. The sleeping pill Davigo is the sleeping pills. I'm telling you, don't take sleeping pills. Go get a fucking medical marijuana card and get yourself a nice indica, bio Jesus, something that'll fucking knock you out. These pills knock you out, but not over. That is very dangerous. Passing out is part of the thing of drinking too much. You pass out, you hit the deck, and you go, oh, and you wake up for like a millionth of a second. You go, I fucking made it to the floor. I'm good. But they don't take these pills off the market. They just fucking name them. Now, I'm an incurable insomniac. Many years ago, I tried Ambien to knock me out because eventually you got to get fucking sleep. Once it's 3 o'clock and you're not asleep, your mind just goes fucking nuts. Mrs. Comic found me asleep on the steps, 1 foot up, with a bottle of water and my drinking it on the way up and snoring. So that was my last fucking bout with Ambien. Now, they renamed it Davigo, and in the Davigo commercial, it says, possible side effects may include sleep driving. I'll give you like a 3 count to figure that out. See, in order for them to include sleep driving in the 30-second commercial, that had to happen thousands of fucking times. You don't just put that in when there's one fucking crank call. If thousands of people had to fucking phone in and say, I think I was sleep driving. Well, how do you say that? Well, I feel like $1 million, but the Chevy's in the living room, and that's all I got to tell you. So this crazy fucking shit. Then the next commercial on there that drove me over the cuckoo's nest was, it's birth control, and it's an implant that goes in the woman's arm. And nobody's upset by this except for me, and that can't possibly fucking work. That's the dumbest fucking thing I ever heard. The theme of my show is women are smarter than men, and men, we're way dumber than you fucking think we are, but it's not our fault. There's no way birth control in a woman's arm implant could work. That's the kind of dumb shit we would tell you, ladies, when we had you in the back seat as a drive-in, when you said, are you wearing a condom? Yes, it's on my elbow. Everything's good. That's great. Let's knock this shit. But the reason it's not our fault that we're so fucking stupid. We were raised to be little fucking perverts. Now watch you two guilty motherfuckers right now. When you were little kids on the bazooka gum, it said, if you send in 300 wrappers in $1, we will send you x-ray glasses so you can see women's tits. When we were fucking kids, fucking little kids. And then you go around and you give gum to girls that you wanted to see naked, and then the mothers would be like, don't take that fucking gum. He wants to buy them fucking glasses. Big fucking x-ray glasses. And these were not Google goggles. It said x-ray specs on them. And the fucking cartoon had a silhouette of a busty girl. She had her clothing on, but and then he had his glasses on, and then it looked like he put his hand in a fucking outlet, and it's terrible. Oh, so we were raised to chew gum so we could see women naked. That's how fucking dumb we are. That's what these ladies are up against. So that's a lot of fun for my show. A little retro comedy there. You fuckers look like you're like either making notes or you're.
I am writing down
show names.
I am writing down show names, and I do remember the commercial.
Ray, at the end of the show, we pick a show name. So
all right. I'll offer a real boring one. If you know, you know.
Yeah, that's not going to be.
Fuck you in a bucket of goo. We probably already used "fuck you in a bucket of goo." We probably
we used bucket of goo before already.
I have plenty so far of things that you have said that you don't even probably remember. You just said them.
No, I don't remember hardly anything.
I do remember.
I'll give you an example. We'll each give you one example. We don't want to give our whole list away.
Right.
One of the ones I have is an Amish annex.
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
I don't even know what an annex is.
You also that was you making the tunnel to Canada to escape to Canada at the very beginning of the show.
He said annex. I said I just wanted to fucking get out.
I have one. You said you were an Amish version of Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I didn't say that I said it. Can't fucking misquote me because that's what's
Anyway.
going to happen. Raymond the Amish Comic thinks he's an Amish version of Larry the Cable Guy. You can't fucking misquote me. You
But
cannot
anyway,
fucking misquote
one
me.
more, because I got lots of them.
I don't trust you fuckers now. You're twisting.
You did say this, though. You did say this.
All right.
Amos, not Amish. You idiot.
I did say that because I said Amos as the person's name, and you were all excited. Oh, he himself said Amish wrong. He pronounced it Amos. Why the fuck would I pronounce it Amos? Yes, there's the Amos and the Mennonites. That's what it fucking is. See, you fuckers
Can I ask you a question? Because you're talking about the story you told about the woods and the police escort was in 1991 or 1990, whatever it was. What year did you leave the Amish community?
I don't know. I have to get back to you on that. I don't know. The process started for me when I was about 16 years old. It took a couple of years. So let's do the math on that. Oh, there's how we can figure it out. The headshot that you used for me is from fucking 1991. You realize that fucking...
Wow.
You were gray in 1991.
I'm not fucking gray. It's a black and white picture. You what the fuck? That's gray. I'm gray now. So I wasn't gray then. So
that's another one to write down.
Let's talk about me again here because this is going off the railroad tracks. So in my live show, also, like I say, I'm trying to spread a little fun around. So I realized there's a song that we all know that people love that they don't know they know, but I help them know they know it. So and it's a commercial. So we have this group sing along, and when they know what it is, they can chime in. And it's like, if you have a long-term settlement, but you need cash now, call G. Wentworth. 877 cash. Everybody fucking knows it. It's a great sing-along. There's no punchline. That's good fun stuff. So we do that one. And then that sets me up for the one that people think I love, but I don't because it gives me flashbacks. We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. That's a bunch of fucking bullshit there. I don't like that at all. Now, back to...
What is the F-bomb choir before you move on?
The F-bomb choir is really... would be a hit single, McFucking-Donald's, where I curse at McDonald's, and it's a hit single, and people actually scream for it. And I've tried to create a second ending where I could rest a little bit, and so I actually get the audience to sing fuck in their natural singing voices. And I stole that from a thing I'd seen on Broadway where they just had people singing syllables. And if you do it right, it's kind of cool. You keep singing and then you echo people. So the premise is basically you sing fuck in your natural singing voice and you hold it and you can sing along with me now. And you come up for air, then you echo somebody else's fuck. And then we keep that going, and I am the fucker. I don't have to do anything. I just record it, and then it gets going, and people do solos, and they just go fucking nuts. And I also offer them the idea, if you don't feel comfortable me filming you while you're singing fuck, just turn around, and then everybody that's your friends that is here that know you're a fucking asshole who wouldn't sing F-bomb choir if you turned around. If you want to play it that way, that's fine. So we have that big sing-along. But there's no politics in my show, but there's something that gets a little close to politics, and this is the setup I do and how tough women have had it. And it's basically that this abortion stuff is bullshit, bull fucking shit. We guys would never allow anyone to tell us what to do with our fucking bodies. No fucking way. If men could get pregnant, you could get a birth control pill at the fucking 7-Eleven or 3 o'clock in the morning in a gumball machine for 80 fucking cents and get a piece of gum to send in for the fucking glasses. We would not fucking put up with men couldn't even tolerate a menstrual cycle. So who's ever out there going, the old lady's on the rag, here's what I want you to do, ladies, because see, what guys don't understand is it's not just one day. There's a pre, there's a now, there's a post, there's fucking cramps. You could lose 4 or 5 days every fucking month on a good month. That bottoms out at a whole fucking month a year. We would never tolerate an 11-month fucking calendar. It would fuck up our fantasy football trades. We would figure out a way to get rid of the period. That's what we would do. And we would hack our schlongs off and have Barbie Ken doll fronts. We would do fucking something. And we wouldn't even be able to tell each other that we were on period because you're bleeding out of our junk. That's what's going on. They're bleeding out of their fucking junk. So when you see the old ladies on the rag, that's what I tell them. Just strap on an ice skate. When she says, are you on the rag? Strap on an ice skate and kick him in the dick until he's bleeding out of his junk. And then instead of calling 911, say, oh, somebody's on the rag again. How about that, you motherfuckers? So that's the politics of my show right there. But I just, women have just had it so tough. I just can't believe that. I mean, if you have a woman, don't fuck it up. Just don't fuck it up. Because X-ray glasses and time in the month, it's just we fucking got it good. Next piece. Have you peckerheads ever been to Disney?
No.
World, yes.
Well, the one in Florida. So
yeah,
I'm based in Pennsylvania. So I made the mistake, and I talked about this in my show, that people from Pennsylvania have this idea. And it's a guy thing because we're dumbasses, that they could drive to Florida and see the country because we're too fucking cheap to fly. And we think we're all smart, and we Google map it and we find halfway spots, and then we drive and we fucking drive and we fucking drive and we fucking drive, and you're never there and it's never over. And then after like 2 hours, I get what I call car ass. My ass hurts like a fucking prize fighter back there going, pooh, pooh. I could sit home on a sofa for 3 fucking months in perfect comfort. But in the car, comfortable car, fucking car ass. And you can't fucking pull over because it's not factored into the trip. It's fucking too soon to pull over. It's 2 hours. So you push your hips up and you start grinding away like this while you're driving, because that's how you release car ass. And that's where the first twerking was invented. Because men from Pennsylvania driving to Florida that got car ass had to push their fucking hips up and go like this here. Now, when you finally wind up getting to Florida, I love roller coasters and I like some scary rides like haunted houses and all that shit. But Disney has the scariest ride in the fucking world. They have a ride that's like, it's not the Twilight Zone ride, but it's like that. It's a small world. There's fucking thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking dolls, and you're on a boat that you can't see what's in there fucking yet. It's going slower than walking, and it goes around its fucking turn, and then you see a fucking 1,000 miles of track, and the thing is just fucking moving like this. And now you notice there's thousands of fucking dolls right there, over there, up there, over there, big ones, small ones, little ones. And this was pre-Xanax days, pre-medical marijuana days. I had a fucking panic attack, and I started to row our boat faster to get the fuck out of there. I'm screaming. I'm fucking losing. I can't get fucking, all these fucking dolls are looking at me. No wonder the Amish dolls don't have fucking eyes on them. You ever see it's a blank face? That's why, because my people knew that the fucking dolls were fucking scary. And somebody else thought it was a good idea. And they said, look at that bearded prick. He's got the right idea. Let's help him row. Where did you get that oar? I don't have a fucking Teletubby purse here that I can pull a fucking oar out of. I'm having a panic attack. Rip a fucking arm off a doll and fucking help me fucking stroke there, motherfuckers. As I said, my stories don't really have a point or an end to them, but all this shit really happened. See, that's the whole point.
I've been on that ride, and I never thought of it that way. But you're right. There's all these dolls from different countries singing to you.
And it's fucking a slow boat. Now, at this time, also you had mentioned the streaming through pandemic. Big round of applause for Mrs. Comic, who was with me every fucking step of the way. And this goes down. I'm lucky enough. I am 65 years old. I have an AARP card now. They've been sending them to me for 15 fucking years, but I actually cashed one in. Roller coaster discounts and all that shit. I'm lucky enough to meet my wife when I was a teenager, city girl, and I didn't think we would last, and I needed a gift for her. And so she just been through a divorce and had kids and was living in the town where I lived, and so I had no money, so I got a cat out of the alley, like a fucking stray cat. but that's how I know that I'm allergic to cats, and it fucking ripped the shit out of my fucking arms and all that shit. And I delivered this cat to my new girlfriend and her kids, and it was the greatest gift that anybody had ever given them. It was just, I was a fucking instant hero, and I didn't know we would last. She double-crossed me. We fell in love. She moved in together, and the fucking cat that I pulled out of the fucking alley came to live with me now to fucking haunt me. This fucking cat that I was allergic to. And so the cat got in a tussle with a squirrel. I don't know what fucking happened. So Mrs. Comic said, we got to take this thing to the veterinarian. I didn't see a fucking city doctor until I was 30 fucking years old. Now the cat has to go see a doctor. That's fucking $80, whatever the fuck it is. Now I really did this. I'd like to say that I'm making it up, because this is how dumb I am. This is how dumb guys are. I took the cat into the vet, and they said, well, it might have rabies. So what we'll have to do is mail its brain to a lab and test it for rabies. And that's going to cost around $800. And I've actually said this. I said, okay, so now when you mail the cat's brain, do I get the cat to take home with no brain, like a one flew to the cuckoo's nest? Cat's a really fucking stupid cat. It's not really that smart with its brain. So if I'm okay with do it, but I have to spoon feed it and all that shit. And if that's the deal, does the brain from the lab get mailed back to me? And then I make an appointment, I bring the cat and the brain in, and you put the brain back in? Or does the brain get mailed back to you, and you call me up and say, we got the brain, it's fine, bring the cat in, and we'll put it back in the cat? I really fucking asked these questions. And the vet said, you don't understand. If we have the brain sent off to the lab for testing, we have to put the cat down. You don't understand. For $800, I'll let it loose and fucking drive over it in the parking lot. What the fuck's wrong with you? $800 to mail a fucking cat's brain off, you motherfuckers. I said this. I actually said this. It's a miracle that she's still with me after this level of stupidity. But there you have it. It's round of applause for Mrs. Comic. Fuck me and a bucket of goo.
So what was the cat, rabbit or not?
Well, the cat stayed alive and none of us died. So
I would say no.
And they asked me if I had the squirrel. Yeah, I just happened to fucking chase a squirrel up side of the house. I fucking ran like a fucking fiddler on the roof. I fucking just scaled it and I grabbed them. I'm not sure if you're the one, but let me smell your breath. You seem like you have fucking cat breath on you, you motherfucker. Why would I have the squirrel? Dumb sons of bitches. So there's that fun stuff. I don't want to miss anything, because I love this show, but again,
you got a good 15 minutes. You're good.
You saw my Twitter post. Please fucking downplay this thing, because you set the bar so fucking high that this is the end all of just lower the fucking bar. Just lower the fucking bar. Just say next time, say we lost a bet and we got to put this Amish guy on. He'd like to say fuck you in a bucket of goo, and then we'll just go from there. Just lower the fucking bar here, for crying out loud. I have enough pressure in my life. I just don't want to miss anything here. You got Daisy, Ninja Bag, double shit there. We got that. You got the fucking Blockbuster card here.
I love that he's made notes before the show.
Well,
and it seems like it's not just a small thing of notes. He's flipping pages.
It actually says Cave Crew Radio on there. I fucking love this shit, and I take it seriously. And even though people aren't fucking paying, somebody fucking tuned in. They should have a clue why they're watching. And I learned that from.
But they may go see you at a concert in their local area, and trust me, you're not. We wouldn't ask you back if you were not a superstar. So
I appreciate that, but I really, really love performing. Is the point? And any opportunity to get out there and entertain folks and talk to folks. Again, and I really need to keep this escape route to Canada open. If you want to call it a fucking annex, I don't give a shit. Just check the portal. Just fucking check the portal. But there's another project I was working on, and I pulled the plug on it because it was getting too muddled. But it was the actual story of, it was based on real and made up shit about leaving the Amish to become a stand-up comedian. And I didn't like where the story was going, but the people I was working with had this elaborate escape route, which is based on real escape routes. There's a guy who does the History Channel Amish shows, Moses Gingrich. He actually runs kind of like an Amish halfway house where he helps get Amish out of there. And they get them clothing, and they find them a job, and they get them driver's license. And they came to film me. National Geographic came to film me. And I thought that was my friends, and I almost fucking lost that gig because I answered the phone, and she's, "This is Claire from the National Geographic." "Crenshaw, get the fuck out of here." And I hung up. And so I know the procedure, and I made a joke at that show about, sure, you get them a driver's license, but it's a fucking crash course. You only get them good enough. You crash course them for a week, and then they get the license, but they don't know how to drive, and they go fucking sailing off a cliff, and that's it, and then they're fucking done. That actually happened, but they didn't tell me. So it really wasn't funny,
right?
Until after they told me the whole fucking thing. So we knew the process of getting Amish out, and then this thing that we were working on, they had this elaborate escape plan for me, and I said, "Well, I already met a hippie friend in this series. Why don't we put me through this big escape route and then drop me off, and he could just say, 'Dude, I would have picked you up.'" Thanks for laughing, because I waited that 1, 2, 3 count. I thought, fuck, they're not going to get it. They're not going to fucking get it. I'm going to flatline.
belly is hurting
After the
me.
big
My belly
setup,
is hurting
after the
me.
big fucking setup, it's going to fucking flatline.
Oh
my God. So
yes, after all that, he would have just picked you up.
I do. I really love coming on this show. I really do. And it's fun to mock you too, because let's face it, endless summer is a lie, and nobody's worried about the summer being over in fucking early part of July. But the summer does in fact end. So I'm all about being part of this facade of endless summer. If anybody believes that, I hate to fucking wreck it for you. It's not as bad as having the Santa Claus thing fucked up for you, but the summer will end. And then,
well, that's the idea, though. This is our. I mean, we do the show all year, and we hope to put on good programs throughout the entire year. But the summer is our build-up, because people are busy; they're doing other things. So we want to push. We want to.
Well, that's why that's a good time of year for me to do it, because for stand-up comedy, summers suck batshit balls. And then when I tell that to people, they don't believe me. You know, when you tell somebody something, they ask you about you, and you tell them, and they don't believe you. Why did you fucking ask me? They go, well, I wouldn't think that was true. I would think summers would be busier. Well, you would be fucking wrong. And I'll tell you why. Because there's music fest, and there's this fest, and there's that fest, and there's fucking golf outings, and there's fucking weddings and graduations, and one fucking thing after another. I used to do Penn's Peak, a resort in the Poconos, and they only let me do it because I took a shitty weekend. I took a Saturday in July, and it hit. But because my fans are awesome, but also a little fucking weird, I had people would post on my Facebook fan page about the Penn's Peak show, and they'd go, "Sorry, we can't make it. It's the night of the big pig roast." And of course, I fucking launched into outer space. If you're not going to come to my show, you need a better fucking excuse than it's the pig roast night. Oh, the big pig roast. The one with the 9 kinds of pig and the fucking 19 different fucking sauces. Oh, let me just move my fucking show. We wouldn't want you to miss out on the big pig roast. And they fucking invited me to the pig roast. Yes. Why don't I fucking cut my Penn's Peak show short, the one that's fucking paying me? And the people who paid for a night of entertainment say, "I'd like to stay, but it's the night of the big pig roast, the one with all the big fucking sauces and shit." So I'm learning how to be more polite to people when they say shit like that to me now, but it's tough. Mostly I can do this while my brain is going, "Don't call him a stupid fuck. That's a bad idea. Stupid fuck, you stupid fuck." Find a more politer way to say that. So, but I love this show, man. I love coming on. I like all the shit that's gone wrong, because when I first started this, there was a guy from Brooklyn, and a guy from Canada, and a guy from England, and I did the British accent, and he called me racist. Fucking British accents are fun. Get over it, mate. Whatever the fuck is. So he went nuts, and then I prepared a lot to defend myself against the Brits for the next show, and he was fucking gone.
He's gone.
He was gone like the night.
2 months of fucking writing and preparing to battle the Brits, and he was fucking gone. And then
now here's something you might find really cool because you like technology. He's gone, but we own the character. We now have an avatar, an AI, Choo Choo Stew.
Boy, did you strike a fucking nerve. See, well, show business is a really tricky thing. And the project that I was just going to be working on was I was going to be like the main contributor to the content people would see. And Mrs. Comic, smarter than me, said, if you're taking your all-star hits, things that you polished over 30 years, and you throw them into this project, could the guy from Canada claim ownership and have an avatar of your fucking career? And the answer is yes, you could. So I went to pull all that fucking shit out of there because I learned all this shit in the past month. I have to own my own show.
For
I
sure.
have to write the stuff. I have to own the stuff that I write. And that's where shit breaks down, especially when you're working like with friends. You guys don't have a fucking contract, so you can really fuck each other. I mean, that's honest God's truth right there.
Yeah,
and you did it. I'm very impressed because
we're like
was
blood
right.
brothers.
I
We're like
was
blood
right.
brothers. You
I
know,
was
you're
right,
just kind of.
but I was right not to piss you off because you are the kind of guy who would fucking have an avatar of me and claim ownership. Here's a prick that Amish. I got your fucking Amish right here. Amish. Who gives a flying fuck? Right there, Raymond the Amish Comic avatar. I fucking own him. He's a fucking Lego now, and we're just gonna play.
No, I would turn you into a marionette.
But
But that brings up a good point.
you
Have
struck a
you,
nerve.
with all the stuff you've written, all of your bits and your sketches and all this stuff, have you gone through copyrights for all that so you own them?
No, but
Like, legally?
there's a process, quite simply, called how you gonna prove that you own it. It's in my fucking notebook, dude. That's actual ownership right there. And if you have any notes in case there's a court case to prove ownership
BB
of
has, BB has 3 books.
You need to have something written down. And for me, I have so many different stories. And again, back to my author friend Grady Hendricks, it's common sense when you think about it, but he told me I could write different things. So I started to pull things out. This would be good for this project, and this stuff would be good for that project. And if you do any kind of collaboration, start from the ground up and write for it, so that if everybody's going to be able to piss in the soup, everybody can be blamed that the soup tastes like piss and it's not just mine. Or if the soup is really good, you can't say, oh, I fucking made that soup all by myself. So it's funny you mention that because that's all shit you don't think about. And if you're working with friends also, if you want to end that friendship fast, just put down a fucking agreement, a performance agreement. That's like a fucking prenup with your, forget it. You're fucking gone.
No, the reason why I say that is because I played music in the 90s throughout the entire decade of the 90s. And the songs that we wrote, we went through the copyright process and we all had rights to it. Each one of us, even if we didn't put a part on the song, we would all have a name attached to it. So we all shared the rights to the music, the lyrics, all that stuff. That's kind of the same thing as what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, and Mrs. Comic saved me because I didn't see that. I didn't see that. So she saved me from getting hit by a train.
Now, wait a minute. Big B has the books.
I do.
How does that affect me?
Well, I think he's got you by the nuts. I think your avatar is going to fucking lose in court. You will lose because he has a notebook with shit written in it, and you're going to go in there with a little fucking Lego figure.
I invented the fucking book. I'm the one that invented it.
Yes, and I invented fire. Good luck. Proving that in fucking court. Yeah, I was the first one ever to raise a barn. And we went down to IKEA and got the prize draws chair, and I raised a fucking barn, and I didn't get the credit. That's it. Those are things that people, all the bands who split up, that's why they split up.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I actually have a friend who likes weird music, and he's always trying to get me to go on these road trips to see bands I never heard of, like the Screaming Mud Fuck Doug Flap Squirrel Pot Roast Killers are getting together for one night only in fucking West Virginia. Let's fucking go. But he likes apparently Robert Fripp from King Crimson was a real what's a polite word for cocksucker?
Douchebag.
Douchebag, yeah. And there's a documentary out now. So he pissed off more fucking people because he really was talented and he was very serious. And people were like, we just want to fucking smoke dope and get laid, dude. We don't want to fucking learn how to play shit. So they went through a lot of musicians and they all formed their own bands. And this guy always wants me to go see them, but I check out Spotify and it's like, dude, it's like they might as well call themselves Frippless Crimson because it's the same. Like if you sound like them and you don't have Robert Fripp, you're just Frippless Crimson and fucking own it. And they all do it. There's a million bands you can kind of tell who they were in and who they pissed off before they fucking went solo. So on my money, if we're betting now tonight, I'm going to bet on the guy with a notebook over the guy with the avatar and the guy who's not here anymore. He doesn't have a fucking pot to piss in. Because you got to, I mean, if you want to claim ownership, you got to show up. Those are the rules.
That
Right?
is true.
You got to fucking show up.
So if in 40 years, not that I'll be here, but you know, my estate, Cave Crew Radio becomes famous like I Love Lucy or Gomer Pyle, I'm fucked.
I would say humanity is fucked if that happens. if that's what the level of entertainment is, I love being on the show, but let's face it, if this thing becomes like Hogan's Heroes and that's the level, we're all fucked as a nation. If this is what we consider, I love being on the show, don't get me wrong. But if we're considering this like the new I Love Lucy, wow. Call me Fred Mertz. I'm fucking going back and gratzing across the hallway. I mean, we're totally fucked. But ownership of your material, that's the name of the fucking game. That's something I learned. And I don't want to be in a rock band. That's another thing. Bands, I love bands, but they fucking fucked up comedy for comedians going through because a lot of bands don't know when to stop playing. There's a lot of bands that didn't get famous, and I call them angry old men who should have stayed in the basement. And they go and they book a gig at the bar, and it's $3 to get in, and they give that money to the band, and they split it up fucking 5 ways, and then you got to tip the roadie and all that shit. I gotta get fucking paid. I can't come in there on band wages. So, but I don't really do those kind of gigs anymore. So, but it will cause me to have a Zoom therapy session to get rid of that horrible flashback.
Okay, listen, real quick while you're taking a drink there. We do have a quick segment of Mike Jolitz reads the news. You heard him do.
I love Mike. Yeah.
All right. See, he loves. That's the only reason he comes is because Mike Jolitz affiliated with us.
There you go.
We do that, and then we're going to name the show. We'd love you to stick around till the end. Are you good? I lost him.
No, he's there.
He's not saying anything.
He's on his phone.
Oh. All right.
Oh, am I supposed to talk? I thought we were taking a break for the news.
Yeah, we are.
You guys, well, what the fuck? We're taking a break for the news, and then you want me to talk. What the fuck? Did you or did you not just tell me to shut the fuck up?
All right.
And then I shut the fuck up, and then you said, why aren't you talking? Because you told me to shut the fuck up because we're doing the news. What the fuck?
Please and thank you, and then we'll name the show. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike reads the news.
And now, Cave Crew Radio presents Mike Reads the News with Mike Jolitz.
Hello, Cave Crew Radio. Hello to you, DK. Hello, Sir Bigby. And hello, Amish Comic. Sorry.
All right, hello, coming in with the
Hello,
Amish. Then you all right?
Comic. Alrighty, guys, it is now time for Mike Reads the News. Buffalo Wild Wings is charging a takeout fee. I'm out. Not buying from them. They found cocaine in the West Wing of the White House. Thanks for the invite, Hunter. The Eagles are doing yet another farewell tour. This time it's for real. Yeah, we'll see. Congrats to the Idaho Horsemen, who are your 2023 America West Football Conference champions. I don't know what that means, but congrats to Joey Chestnut on eating 62 hot dogs to earn his 16th mustard belt.
Fucking gross.
Oh, and a little more congratulations. Congratulations to Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks on getting to episode 401. Wow, nice. It was 115 degrees in Phoenix on Tuesday. I spent the better part of the day in the pool. Yeah. The ESPN show Undisputed with Skip Bayless announced it is taking a long break. I'm okay with that. Skip is a blowhard. Lamborghini has made their last gasoline-only engine. And finally, in the news, Ricky Martin and Juan Yosef, they're going to get divorced. They were together for 6 years. I guess he got tired of his ass. All right, guys, that does it for the news. I don't have any tidbits, but yeah. Anyway, back to you guys. I don't want to take up too much time with Amish Comic in the building. All righty, guys, I'll be back next week. Later, bye-bye.
That's our very own Mike Jolitz, which, by the way, Ray, we have got him coming on live now. He has never done it in his whole career.
It's a whole new ball game. I don't, Mike, if you're listening, I don't want to spook you out here, but I had a friend of mine on my live stream, and it's different. It seems like nothing's happening. And it seems like we're just sitting and talking. And all of a sudden, when you see that live in 3, 2, 1, you turn into Ralph Cramden on the fucking $99,000 answer. I got a bribe. I bribe a bus. Who wrote that? Ed Norton?
Norton?
So you got to do it. But the first one is kind of a little tricky. And I don't know.
He's getting more comfortable. He's been on a couple of times.
When is he going to be on live?
We don't know. It's random.
What happens is he sends me clips, and then I'll go to him. Are you sending me the news or the Twitter? Oh, no. I'm going live tonight. Oh, cool. Which is great. It's great to have a third wheel. Big B and I get sick of each other. Trust me. It's been 6-7 years now.
This is why if this thing ever becomes like the new I Love Lucy, we're all fucked. Because that's what I'm just saying. We need a better plan than that. That's all. We need a better plan. The other thing I have to complain about, but I love you guys, is that none of this should be on TikTok. TikTok is no place for people who don't have cats.
I have 3 cats.
Well, put them on TikTok. If you want to go on TikTok, bring a fucking cat in. Millions of fucking views. You know what trends on TikTok? Teenage girls lip syncing to rap music, 15-second fucking clips, 30, 40 million fucking views. And you go, bitch, me pouring my heart and soul out here with a solid piece of comedy about it's a small world and the fucking scary doll eyes. Fucking nothing. 9 views.
We're going to keep trying, though.
We got to keep trying.
The one thing about Big B and I is we don't give up. We've worked with so many people throughout the years. All Radio X, Z Talk Radio, Double Talk Radio, Metal Thunder Radio. Me and him don't give up.
Well, that's actually a thing to be proud of. I have a radio friend from Baltimore. I was down on however many years ago, 98 Rock. It was Kirk, Mark, and Lopez, and they went through a whole bunch of different things. Kirk is like the sole survivor.
Mm.
And I don't know if he has his own show, but I actually just tweeted at that very thing. I don't know what your anniversary it is. To survive that many years in show business is a fucking art form. It's an achievement. And you got to roll with things a little bit. Hey, we've said it before. I actually love streaming live from my living room. If it wasn't for the fact of financial ruin, this would be my thing I would do. I mean, what the fuck? I just...
That's why we wake up and go to work.
That's why we... Well, I don't miss
It's a
that.
hobby. It's a hobby. So it's been a long week. So imagine it this way. Both Biggie and I, stressful jobs, been a long week. We come on at 8 o'clock, no wives, no kids, and we laugh. And we hope to make other people laugh. And that's all we want to do.
Well, you could find that in a strain of medical marijuana. I'm just saying. Just take. Do you want something that's? I can't prescribe it to you, but just say you want something that makes you giggle.
It's legal in Canada, by the way. But what show, Big B, were we going to consume? Because neither one of us have done it.
We are coming up. So Raymond, we've been around for a long time. And we are coming up, it should be this winter, where we're going to have show number 400. 400 shows we've been together. So we are going to consume edibles before the show.
Oh, I want in on that.
And do the show while we're on edibles.
I want in on that. And we could just have me do like a teeny tiny little thing. Instead of my usual 90 minutes, let's say maybe trim me back like 79.
Yeah, no, you can talk because
79. Yeah, that's fine.
If I laugh on a couple beers, I just remember back in my teenage years when I was dropping mescaline and smoking marijuana. All I do is laugh. I'll need some Taco Bell, I'm sure, instead of beer.
Yeah, we're gonna need some munchies. And I don't even think we do news. We don't prepare anything. We just go on air and see what happens. It's going to be show number 400 for us. I never thought that we would have been there. But we're going to eat edibles.
That's when you do that show, and if it's fun and you love it, you will fucking love the format of me. That's how I perform my live streams. I'm what should we talk about? Well, welcome new viewers. If you had a high hopester tonight, fuck you. It's your fault. You didn't have a good idea in the chat for me to talk about.
Well, no, but just a quick ending before we name the show, because we got to get to that. We want your input. I quit. My co-hosts were bailing on me. The radio station we were on, All Radio X, was crashing. And Big B reached out to me. He says, let's do a show. We were going to do a sports show.
There you go.
It lasted all of about 15 minutes.
Well, yes. I big on curling and shit, which I'm a fan of, but it's not really one of those chug a beer and smash it on your forehead. Yay, fucking 2-pointer.
All right, so I'm going to lead off, and I don't know how many Big B has written down, but I'm gonna show you. We need to pick a name of the show. So the last one I wrote down, just as a little show note, call me Fred Mertz.
That's a little misleading. That's a little misleading. I'm not.
I know, but follow as I go. I've got about 7 here. The Chevy is in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a show note. Oh, this was one of my favorites, but it got overruled. Earth Tamikis.
I didn't overrule it. That means the man with the book.
It's still alive. It's still alive.
Book.
Earth Tamikis.
But see, that needs something, because Earth Tamikis would be like a stolen idea. So you would have to, it has to have another thing on it. Earth Tamikis, Amos.
Oh, no, it's got to be short, though. A show name's got to be short, right?
Can't be Earth. I vote down on Earth Tamika's.
Okay, well,
I'd
that's your
say
right. We're going to
sometimes you got
choose
to
it.
bring back "fuck you in a bucket of goo."
Well,
Scrap
no, I love that. But we
masturbating
used
men
that already. We've already used that as a show name. We're bleeding out of our junk would be a good show name.
I like
Or a
that.
show note, I mean. Standing there making wee wee is still one of my famous. I also love Amos, not Amish, you idiot. Just as a show note.
Yes.
But my
That's
favorite,
complete. I like that because it's complete.
yeah, but that's a show note. It's got to be short for a show name. And my number one for the show name is Dirt Guy.
Dirt Guy.
Dirt
I
Guy.
see, but here's the problem with that name is only I know what the fuck you're talking about, and only you know what the fuck you're talking about.
But
here's the premise.
It draws people in.
Right. Here's the premise of the show names. So what we do is throughout the show, people just say shit. And I will write things down. DK will write things down. And we'll name the show based upon the things people say. Taken out of context, just in and of itself, is a weird line, a weird name that people say, what the fuck does that mean? Click and listen. And that's how you draw them in. You don't need context to the name.
Well, I'm not in charge of marketing any of this shit. And I don't want to fuck up your dreams of having this show become the next I Love Lucy.
What would you call this show, Ray? What would you call this show? It's got to be short and it's got to be punchy.
Short and punchy. But it has to be something that was said.
Well, I'm going to leave that with you. I'm going to go over to Big B. Big B, what do you got? You got 5.
Does the brain get mailed back to me?
Does the brain get mailed back?
Does the brain get mailed back to me? You're saying that's too fucking long.
Yeah.
That'd be a show. That'd be a good show note.
Show note, but not a show title.
All right. Yeah. I have 6.
All right.
Watch this.
I have 6. So first we'll do show notes. You asked me to write down a black guy, a white guy, and Amos.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Right. So you asked me to write that down. That could be first show note. I like this as a show note. It's a little bit long, but it's a great show note. An Amish version of Larry the Cable Guy.
I actually really love that. I love that.
But see, we have to deal in very strict character lengths for show notes for like Apple, whatever it is, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, things like that. So we have to have a very limited character. So an Amish version of Larry the Cable Guy, while too long for a show name, is a perfect show note.
The guy without cable. How about the guy without cable?
The guy without cable.
Could be.
How about I Love Lucy Stoltz Foods?
Could be.
All right, no, continue. He has a notebook. So all the dreams of the success of the titling of the show now rest on him and his notebook.
A lot of this is what you said, though.
Right.
Yeah, but when you say it back to me, it sounds weird. Like you're fucking moving shit around. Like, I swear she was breathing when I left her is a real thing. And then if you chop that up, it makes it seem like I might have murdered someone.
DK, I'm on your wavelength for my number 1, but I think mine's a little bit better. But next show note, I agree with you. The Chevy is in the living room.
Yes, I love it.
That's good. That's good.
That's perfect. Next, now we get into show names. I have 3 show names, starting with number 3. And again, I agree with you. Going back to the very beginning of the show, Amish Annex.
Yes,
of course. Number 2, as Raymond the Amish Comic was so eloquently describing traveling from Pennsylvania to Florida in a car, he said, "Car ass."
Yeah. Amish drops Mike fucking car ass. Stamp that shit. That's a fucking. I want you both to get tattoos on the pot smoking night. that say car ass.
Car ass.
All right, that we'll add that to the agenda.
See,
like
that
car
goes
ass.
along the lines of Choo Choo Stew and his chef's ass,
Yeah.
Amish comic and his car ass.
I
But
think
my number one.
I think car ass will intrigue people. They
It
will,
could.
they will want to know. Yeah.
But my number one, and I think this will intrigue people more, along the same lines as DK, but I think it's a little better. Something you said, Raymond, you had award-winning dirt.
I like that. See, I like that because Dirt Guy is incomplete. Award-winning dirt.
Award-winning.
That's more of the theme. So I like your last two, car ass and award-winning dirt. And there's no big surprise ending there because the Amish guy should have award-winning dirt. My dirt should be the best fucking dirt, hands down, best fucking dirt that you can get.
Award-winning dirt.
Award-winning dirt.
That'll do it. It's the same thing, just extended. And car ass will definitely be a show note.
That's right. Car ass is definitely a show note.
Oh, and Mike Jolitz, I can't find my mimose. There it is. He agrees.
Car ass or award-winning dirt.
Yeah, both good ones.
See, when I write comedy and I have to title it for myself, that becomes tricky.
Yeah.
Because I have to be able to glance at the title and know, like if I put down car ass, I actually might not know what that is right away. Drive to Florida, that would lead me to car ass. But it's not. If Drive to Florida is a fucking boring title, so I see what you're saying.
But we don't know the story, but I know how you feel. We've all been on long drives, and you start to. I completely was immersed in that story.
And that was the short version.
Yeah,
that was the short version because
I'm afraid
that 90. I think is it 95. It goes 95 goes
95.
Straight, yeah, and it's fucking 100 miles an hour, and a Smurf Blue PT Cruiser with an Amish guy and his wife in it is incapable of driving fucking 100 miles an hour. So it's screaming. It's fucking screaming at 70 while things are going past me, and I said, and then I got to worry about fucking car ass yet.
And I'll tell you, I think I'm going to close my eyes tonight and have a bad dream about It's a Small World. I'm having a dream that me and my wife are at Disney World. We're having a good time. We stop for a bite to eat. Maybe we go on Pirates of the Caribbean, whatever, a Hall of Presidents, and then It's a Small World. And I'm gonna wake up sweating and screaming.
Well, don't blame me because you're doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself. And here's the thing: if that happens to you, pay attention to this because I have comedy about this that's not ready yet. When you have a dream, you have a bad dream, right? And you're so fucking sure it's real, and you wake up, and you're so fucking relieved to know it was a dream, but you don't feel better right away. It still fucking rattles you. You go,
it's like a
what
memory.
the fuck happened? Oh, it was a dream. You should feel okay at the moment you say it was just a dream, but you don't. And you start to become suspicious. Well, I dreamed my wife drank my last beer. Why the fuck would she do that?
Do me a favor before we leave. If you come to New York City for a comedy, please let me know so I can come see you.
I absolutely will.
Thank you.
Absolutely will. Or you could run a bus trip of New Yorkers to come to Pennsylvania. How about that?
That's harder to get than you coming to New York.
It probably would be easier for me to come up.
Right.
Also, if you ever do like an international tour, the Amish Annex, and come to Canada, I will definitely buy front row VIP seats.
You
wouldn't give me a free backstage pass.
Anyone, you fuckers are going to go with Amish Annex, even though we came to a gentleman's agreement here. You're going to do it. Look at them. They look so fucking guilty. You both fucking look down.
No, I have award-winning.
Both look down.
Award-winning dirt is my number one.
It's award-winning dirt, and it was a great story. All right, Ray, we got to go because things can't go too long, but
that's what
you don't have to wait a year. You don't have to wait a year. We'll definitely invite you to show 400. It's going to be weird. But if you ever want to drop by, just send an email. Say, I'm free on Friday. Do you want me on?
I like that. So I will, and then I will email whoever was your scheduled guest and let them know, hey, fuck off, I'm taking your spot.
We don't usually have guests unless it's Mike Jolitz.
That's fantastic. No, I appreciate. Thanks for having me, everyone. Don't be a dick to each other when you're out in the world. For fuck's sake, bite back every urge you have to be a dick, and just.
There you go.
I love it, and just jump in a bucket of goo.
That's right. Jump in a bucket of goo.
All right, my friend. We'll see you soon. We got to close things out. It's been a blast, and we'll be watching what you're doing, and we hope you come on again real soon.
I like how creepy that sounds, but I appreciate it. Good night, folks. Thanks for having me.
See you, brother.
All right.
All right, Big B, here we go. We'll be back next week.
Later.
I want you to pack up and get out.
Get the hell out of here!
Go. Just go. Get out. Get the hell out!
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
We are going to drain the swamp in Washington, D.C.